Hey guys, so today did a little double track exploration and very scenic in my opinion. It was an amazing day, 67 degrees, really nice flowy track, and but it's very fun. It's great getting to know the bike some more, also getting to know the Voyager. You can see the screen there. I've got it set to, there's a certain screen you can set it to where it just has a compass and it has a speedometer. It has the outside climate temperature gauge, and then it's got a stopwatch, which is kind of cool. I know other bikes have that. You can track your time, setting a trip and whatnot, but I don't know. The Voyager is just pretty cool. I'm just scratching the surface of what it can do, and I'm just working my way through the different tabs on the left side of the screen. And today I realized that you can, it automatically tracks your movements with the GPS system, and then I'm guessing that I can load the topography as well onto the Voyager so that will show up along with my ride. And so I'm going to delve into that a little bit deeper here, on my future rides, and probably at night in the garage just playing around with it. I don't think that using the Voyager with the bike off is going to drain the battery very much, so I'll double check online, whether it drains the battery, but it's it's an analog screen. It can't be using that much power, and it does actually have a built-in on one of the screens of the Voyager. It has a battery health monitor, and there's two separate features for that. And one of them is just, basically like the same thing you have on your cell phone. It just has like 4 bars or something for the health of the battery and where it's at. When you're riding, I've noticed that it flashes, which, is obviously indicating that the battery is being charged by riding. And then when the bike is off, it will let you know the battery's health. And then there's another screen that actually shows you, I need to look into it a little bit more before I speak too much about it, but it looks like to me it's showing the amount of output charge that the battery has. It looks like it's like it's like an amp meter almost, and it's showing you, how much charge the battery has and what its output is. So I'll look into that a little bit more. I think that's a really cool feature of the Voyager. And if you don't know this already, the beta comes stock with this TrailTech Voyager. And there is a TrailTech Voyager Pro that has a color display screen, and that thing probably requires more power to run, so you might not want to play around with that thing while the bike's not running. But so far I'm really happy with this version of the Voyager. It's really, really cool. It's set to the front wheel, so it actually clicks on even if the bike's off and you start rolling the bike around. Just moving around the garage, it'll click on. And then what would be really cool, which I don't know if it has this, it probably doesn't, but it'd be cool if it had a built-in security system with it, so that you could set it in a lock position when you park the bike, and then if anybody rolls the bike or touches the bike, it would click on and start honking the horn or something like that. And then obviously it would track the bike as well, because it's a GPS. So I end up going left here. I do the down trail, and next time I'm going to go right, and there's a single track there that goes up the mountain, and then there's a double track that goes up around the side of the mountain. So I'm going to try those out another time. Just getting familiar with this place, and it's a really cool OHV park, and there's a number of different routes you can take once you come out here, and it's really, really a cool area. It's very dry this time of year, but it's great. You know, in the summertime it gets pretty hot here, so this is the perfect time of year to go. And anyway, so testing out the Voyager a little bit more, familiarizing myself with the bike. You know, obviously it takes a lot to get used to a bike with 47 horsepower compared to coming off of the, you know, Honda CRF 250L, which had like negative 47 horsepower. No, I think the 250L had something like around 21, 22, 24 horsepower, something like that. But it felt like it had even less because of the weight and the suspension. This bike just handles so well in the turns and stuff and the bumps. It's just it soaks up the bumps, and the tires have lots of traction and it feels really, really good. And so it'll probably feel even better once I upgrade the tires a little bit. I mean, these are great tires. I don't know what the reviews are on them, but these Michelin tires are pretty great. I just probably want to get something that has a little more longevity. So back to the Voyager a little bit. So I figured out today that the map that tracks your movements, you can scroll around on it. Obviously, I didn't realize that when I first started playing around with the Voyager. I thought, oh, this is kind of dumb. You just see your location, and the trail that you've ridden kind of goes off the screen and you can't see it, the whole thing. And I couldn't figure it out, but there's a button that you push that allows you to then use the toggle directional arrows to move around on the map and see your whole route. And I think it'd be really interesting if it also showed the topography. That'd be really cool. So I don't know if you have to load maps in order for that to happen, or if there's maybe a function on the Voyager that allows me to see topography. That'd be really cool because I love topographical maps. Maybe I can actually take my bike out to my projects and create a site survey of the properties that I work on by just riding my motorcycle around their property. I'm only kidding, but that'd be really funny. That'd be an awkward meeting with the client. So I want to do a survey of your property, but I don't have the right equipment, except the equipment located on my motorcycle. So can I have permission to ride around the perimeter of your property so that I can map it out? That'd be funny. Sorry guys, I'm kind of a dork in certain ways, so bear with me here. But yeah, I think this trail is really cool. It had the scenic parts up top, and then now you drop down into this valley, and there's actually a spot up here that I come upon that's like a little campground, and it'd be really cool to camp out here. I'm not like a moto camp person, but if I were to moto camp, I think I'd probably head out here, and there's a little stream to my right that we cross over here in a minute, and then there's like a little campground, and it's funny, it looks like people have left like some portable chairs there, because there wasn't anybody at the site, but there were these chairs just sitting there, and it looked like somebody left them there for riders or whatever to take a load off, you know, and take a break. I hope I get it on camera. I think it's coming up here in a minute, but this trail's fun because it's a double track, you know, it's wide, but there's sections of it that are almost single track, but it's very easy, obviously. It's very flat or very smooth. It's not technical at all, but it's pretty enjoyable because sometimes, you know, those technical, rocky single tracks are not actually that much fun for me. I like the challenge and I like the accomplishment of doing them, but they're not actually that enjoyable to ride. And that's probably because of my skill level. You know, I'm not the best rider. I'm not super talented as a rider. I have been riding a long time, and I grew up riding as a kid, but I never really did group rides as a kid, never raced or anything. I had a bike that was too big and too heavy for me. My first bike was a Yamaha 350 TTR. I got that when I was 11, and just way too big of a bike. It's hard for your confidence when you're that young riding on something that heavy and hard to start. I remember I had to start it with my left kickstand down and my left foot on the peg, and start it that way. And then if I fell out on the trail, it was usually too heavy for me to pick up, especially if it was on a hill or something, so I'd have to walk back home, get my dad to go back and pick it up. It's pretty funny. It wasn't until I was like 13, 14 when I could really pick that thing up well. So anyway, I've been riding a long time, but just never really had a knack for riding. I kind of just, I don't know, struggle in certain sections, and it just feels like it's a matter of technique that I just don't have. But I'm working on it, and I've seen over the last year that I've gotten a lot better and progressed in skill, so and confidence and stuff like that. So it's good. I'm making progress. It's just, it seems slow, and it's hard because you ride out with other guys that are like, been racing and basically professional riders, and it's hard because you can't help but compare yourself to them. Can't wait for next month. We've got California Dual Sport Riders. I'm part of the group, and we're doing a ride out in Fraser, so that's going to be really fun, and I look forward to that a lot. So thank you guys for watching and listening, and I'll see you next time.